is a presentation of the ERL ChampCar World Series on Spark Plug Motorsports.
Welcome to the Belgian ChampCar Trophy. Daf Sanchez is on pole from Lam Fong and Nicholas Palomino. Then it's James Barnett from Sebastian Ocampo and Jonathan Sims. Following him is Ryan Burton and Grace Hunter from Guillermo Perez and Ori Kui, your boy, just outside of the top 10 in 11th place from Unlan V and Daniel Bogdasarov. Then it's Francis Austin versus Theo and Remy LeBeau in 16th. Charles Hernandez starts 17th from Ray Shen and Nunev Garcia. And it's Vito Alves, Matthew Hart, and Dominic Vanislau. Well then, we've had a very intriguing first three races of the season. We've arrived in Spa for the Belgian ChampCar Trophy. And we are underway! Great start there from Daf Sanchez off the pole, and an easy lineup into second for the Spaniard of Nicholas Palomino, who gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with Daf Sanchez. He's running to the back of him, coming out of La Source rather, and Daf Sanchez still leads, coming through Eau Rouge and over the hill, the crest of Radion. What is the move for the number 93 of Nicholas Palomino? It's to stay behind, going down the Camel Straight. Sebastian Ocampo has a great line going through turns 4 and 5, but out in front, Sanchez leads, Palomino second with a time penalty. Ocampo with the inside line on James Barnett moves in front, and he's got Ryan Burton, who's had a stormer of a start for company. There is the number 22 alongside with the Maya Shank driver in the number 20 car. I was about to say 67. Guillermo Perez of Spain, by the way, getting in amongst the pack here as well. The McLarens in the top 10 too. But the worst start of everyone, somehow, the Formula E champion Remy LeBeau has dropped to the very back of the pack on the opening lap. You'll notice Hyperdrive Racing, brand new livery. And they're already running their Season 6 livery, by the way. This is the livery that they will be running in Season 6 of IndyCar, but also Season 27 of Formula E. Somehow they've just got this planned out. Shen and Ryan Burton both with time penalties to end their opening lap. Attack mode is online. That's when you know you're going to get some good moves, but not like that. Charles Hernandez and Nunev Garcia. They've been involved in a collision down at La Source. Vanislau, time penalty for causing a collision with that man, Vito Alves. And Hernandez trying to get that car back on track, and it's a full course caution. And that is ruined Palomino's overtake chance. That has given him a great buffer over second place. At the same time, I don't know if leaving Lam Fong in the dust is the best thing you want when Sebastian Ocampo is right there, the man in the number 76 Mission Winnow Power Motorsport car, whose teammate is out. But the full course cautions end, and we are back under green, and a great restart for Lam Fong. Terrible restart for Daf Sanchez, who's backed the entire pack into him. Here comes Nicholas Palomino with James Barnett and Sebastian Ocampo for company. The Season 4 IndyCar champion to the lead in the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium. On board, we were with Daf Sanchez there, and we've got yellows again. And that's Nunes Garcia again. More damage, and 9% car damage for the 25. And that caution period is actually put distance between Sanchez and Ocampo. We've just been robbed of what could have been an amazing battle for the lead. But you know, gaps around this track, we've seen them form and we've seen them crumble all race long. On board we go with the 72, your championship leader, on the back of the reigning IndyCar Series champion. Heading through Eau Rouge and Radion. He's using attack charge. He'll get attack mode heading down the Camel Straight. Does he need it? No! because Hyperdrive's number 72 moves in front and now leads here in the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium. And Guillermo Perez in the 3. He's up into 3rd. Nunez Garcia has come down into the pits, fixed up that front wing, but I think for the rookie, that's gotta be race over. And for Kui, he's struggling out there with those soft tires. Look at them, they're so beat up. He's been involved in the ERL for some time. Doesn't have a lot of races of experience, but probably would have had every attempt at the FG series gone ahead. Speaking of a lower series, we have that effectively confirmed soon. We are still looking for drivers for the Ace Championship Series, but we are close to having enough as to where we can start up the 10-race championship without a preseason test, though, because that would take too much time. Is that making the launch further up? Lamfong getting past Sebastian Ocampo. We've got a lot of drivers into the pits. Nicholas Palomino at the end of lap 3 coming in with Ocampo, Barnett, your boy Bogdasarov versus Theo, but for Palomino serving that time penalty while down in the pits and going on to a set of softs. I think the ideal strategy is to have at least one stint on the hards. Will this race be a 2-stop? I don't know. We've already seen soft driver runners coming into the pits after just a handful of laps, and look at that on the dash of Daf Sanchez, already in the high to mid-20s in terms of tire percentage, and that's just on the softs. If you're doing multiple stints on the softs, you are doing 3 stints at least. Palomino on board we go with the 93, having to try and stay in front of your boy, and he will be in front of his fellow sophomore IndyCar, now ChampCar Series driver. What can the 27 do? He can send it down the inside, heading into the corner with no name, and he's still behind in 13th position. Currently the leader of those who have come into the pits, Sebastian Ocampo. He's 21 seconds off the race lead, but he is closing in rapidly. 17% after just 7 laps. Sorry, after just 4 laps on the soft tires. If you're staying out at this stage, you're getting a puncture. There is no questions asked about that. So in come the race leaders. Hunlam Thi stays out. The target, Chip Ganassi, number 19, now leads. Everyone else coming down into the pits. So Sebastian Ocampo might be racing Daf Sanchez on pit exit. Let's take a look at that. He won't be. He's in front. Ocampo leads those who have come into the pits. The undercut has worked, but Sanchez is out there on the soft. So is Ocampo and Palomino. These guys are all doing the multi-stop race, not just one. I think your boy might be able to snag a sneaky little victory on strategy. It's going to take everything he's got, though. Hunlam Thi is the only man who has done more than 4 laps on his tires, and while he's in the single digits, it's the longest lap of the calendar. We've got 2 more races added to the calendar, and you'll see that later on. And for Daf Sanchez, who started this race on the pole, he's now got some work to do if he's to win this race. Looking for a way to get past Nicholas Palomino again. I would see him go onto the podium. Side by side, as we hear Hunlam Thi is struggling with vibration side by side for Sanchez and for Palomino. They're still alongside each other in a puncture for Hunlam Thi. Confirmed. It's going to be a full car puncture. Will Ocampo overtake cleanly? He won't. He's in the wall. He's got damage. 5-second time penalty for Sebastian Ocampo and for Hunlam Thi. We know the limits of these soft tires now. It's 5 laps. That's all you can do. And oh, big wreck behind. Your boy and Hunlam Thi. That was terrible. For the number 19. Tries to fire it up again. Oh, no. That's it. Your boy's out. Hunlam Thi's out. We're under the full course cautions. Ocampo is coming into the pits. Daf Sanchez now leads. Nunevska Garcia can't catch a break today. He's got a time penalty for causing a collision. But now we know that is the risk of staying out. This is it. We don't really run at tracks of this distance, about 7 kilometers. This is one of the longest, if not the single longest track that we've ever run in the ERL, this Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Side by side for James Bonnet, who's lost some of his front wing from that earlier major incident. So don't expect him to do too well. And for Ocampo, absolutely sideswiped out of that situation. And for him, that is the hopes of winning this race gone, effectively. Through no fault of his own, it was just target Chip Ganassi trying to do a monster on the strategy. So now they've only got Guillermo Perez out there, and he's doing a great job. You've just seen him get past Versleo and Daniel Bogdasarov. Now he's going off to second place. Nicholas Palomino, his own teammate. Vitor Alves further back. 5-second time penalty, and it's another puncture. That is for Grace Hunter. Not a great day to have the letters H-U and N in your name. Francis Austin also with a 5-second time penalty. Oh! Oh, no! That's James Bonnet. Bonnet calls the full course caution there. Ray Shen is out. That was massive. Oh, dearie me. He got flung into the air there. Palomino and Bogdasarov, as well as Versleo, all coming into the pits, taking advantage of this full course caution, and honestly, you would have to be pretty bad at strategy if you didn't. Sanchez and Perez staying out, though. They might have discovered something that we haven't. Don't know if Garcia is going to catch Hunter here. Actually, I think he will. They're both heading up to and pretty close to the bus stop chicane right now. On board we are with car number 25 at the very back of the pack for Apex Grand Prix. That right there is the Arrow McLaren SP of Grace Hunter, which he does clear, thankfully. And for Grace, that's his day over. You know, at a track like this, you wouldn't expect it to be a wreckfest. But considering the tyre scenario and situation, it has just become that. Palomino's got some very quick sectors in. If you're on fresh tyres right now, you've got some good news coming for you. But we know how long you can do on your soft tyres. 4 laps. That's it. You come into the pits at the end of this lap, and you're good to the end. If you did it any earlier, then you've got another stop to do. If you're on the hards, we don't know. Your boy was the man we were following, but he's out of this race. If you're on the mediums, should be good for some while too. Daf Sanchez is in. Another set of softs. Guillermo Perez leads the Belgian ChampCar trophy from Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Nicholas Palomino currently runs in second. Heading down the main straight, there is Bogdasarov and Ocampo, as well as Versleo. And look at this, side by side for the 2 hyperdrives. Cui and Sanchez. Well, they've locked horns at Toronto, but Cui just having to let it go this time. He's not his race. Remy Lebeau further back. Contact with Dominic Vanislau. On board we are with car 60. And up into Eau Rouge Radion, one of the most famous corner complexes in racing. And he's still alongside with him. Guillermo Perez is leading some of his first laps in his ERL career, by the way. Both of these guys with attack mode, despite being 2 seconds away from Matthew Hart. So that means one of them is going to try and brake later. And unfortunately for Remy Lebeau, he didn't brake quite late enough, and he has to give up the position. And for Nicholas Palomino, a monster 2 laps on those soft tyres has put him right behind Guillermo Perez. This is going to be an easy move if Guillermo decides to stay out. Going into the bus stop chicane, and Perez is pitting round the outside for Nicholas Palomino, who leads here in the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium. Fastest lap for the number 93 as Ocampo pits again. He knows you've got to pit again at this stage if your tyres are looking like this. 38% after just 2 laps. This is going to be a big problem for Palomino, for Bogdasarov, for Versteio. Have they timed their pit stops wrong? I think Perez could be on for his first career victory. We knew that we were going to have a rookie race winner this season in ChampCar. We just didn't know who it was going to be. Sanchez has cleared Daniel Bogdasarov. And for the man who debuted in Formula E in Season 3 with the Apshafe Audi Sport team, he's had a long career, but his last performance in Formula E machinery was with the Andretti Formula E team. Drove 4 seasons of IndyCar with the Andretti Green team, but now finds himself with Hyperdrive in ChampCar. Started the season blue and red with white on the tip. Now it's white and blue. Honestly, it looks a lot better, but can be confused with a different team entirely. I think someone might be struggling with tires somewhere, I don't know. And Palomino stays out to lap 10 of 11, the penultimate lap in the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium. Daf Sanchez at 1:30.2 sets the new fastest lap. So we're on board with Versteio in the number 38 Marlboro Team Penske car. And you know, we've already seen races derailed by punctures. Honestly, I think we've got the top 4 who are really just gambling on strategy. So out of these 4, I think it's Daf Sanchez who's probably got the best tyres to go to the end. I know it's just the penultimate lap, but we saw on Sanchez's first stint 4 laps. That's cutting it real close. This track is long, and even then it eats up the tyres like nothing else. There goes Sebastian Ocampo up into 6th position. He's going to need a monster stint on these medium tyres. Guillermo Perez running in 5th, trying to chase after Versteio, who's hit 25% tyre wear. Daf Sanchez is at 42, and he should be good to the end of this race. Meanwhile, Palomino in front is at 20. We've got the risk of having 4 drivers all encounter tyre problems come the end of this race on the last lap. And for Sanchez, he's caught Palomino as well. We go on to the final lap in the ChampCar Belgian Trophy, the Belgian ChampCar Trophy, lap 11 of 11 here at Spa-Francorchamps. And it's 13% for the 93, 12% for the 93, 32% for Sanchez. He's 20% up. He's got 20% more tyre to play with just a lap younger. He doesn't have attack mode heading down the Camel Straight, but this straight's so long, it's questionable if you even need it to pass. Nicholas Palomino has just punched in the fastest first sector. He's at 5%. This is a race that he could win. Bogdasarov's at 3. Versteio's at 4. They're fighting over 3rd position. But for Nicholas Palomino, he's got quite a long distance to go to win the Belgian ChampCar Trophy. And Versteio, 5 second time penalty for causing a collision. Punctures for Versteio and for Bogdasarov and for race leader Nicholas Palomino as well. Daf Sanchez takes the lead, but he's got a time penalty for causing a collision. Guillermo Perez, can he win this? All he has to do is close the gap to Daf Sanchez, but he leads by 7 seconds. Ocampo goes round those guys. It's quite the distance between Bogdasarov and Matthew Hart, but it's already been closed. But for Daf Sanchez, he wins the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium. Meanwhile, that's a puncture for someone else into the wall there for Nunes Garcia. And for Remy Lebeau, it's Ryan Burton who's got the full car puncture. Perez with the fastest lap as Ocampo is 3rd. It moves up into 3rd rather. That's 4 drivers with full car punctures. 5. Grace Hunter with a puncture too. Matthew Hart will not be able to get himself onto the podium today. Venislav with a time penalty too. This is chaos. And a front puncture for Francis Austin too. My goodness me. This is unbelievable. This is quite possibly, for a lot of these drivers, the worst finish to a Grand Prix, E Prix, whatever, in their careers. Both Apex GP drivers with full car punctures. Grace Hunter with a full car puncture. Verstio with a full car puncture. Austin with a front puncture at the end. Palomino with a full car puncture. Bogdasarov with a full car puncture. James Bonnet, we believe, with a full car puncture as well. Maybe just a front puncture, sorry. Hun Lam Thi with a puncture too. My goodness me, for so many of these guys. Pain. Sims finished 8th. That's his first points in a ChampCar. Can't say the same for Remy LeBeau though, unfortunate for him. What's one word to describe the ChampCar World Series? Chaos? Sounds about right to me. Here's your podium after the most chaotic race in ChampCar history. The Belgian ChampCar Trophy, won by Daf Sanchez. Following him, Guillermo Perez, his second podium appearance of the season. And Sebastian Ocampo coming home third to secure Mission Winnow Power Motorsport another podium. As for the rest of your finishers, Nicholas Palomino, set to win this race but went too long with his soft tyres. He was fourth from Matthew Hart, and Francis Austin got a front puncture going to the line. He was in front of Jonathan Sims and Lam Fong, with Vita Alves being the last of the finishers in the points. Your non-scorers were Dominic Venislav, who finished in front of his teammate Daniel Bogdasarov, who alongside Verstio got punctures at the same time, synchronized going through the second sector. Remy LeBeau was 14th after being involved in an incident with both Apex Grand Prix drivers Nunez Garcia and Ryan Burton, both of whom got punctures on that final lap, with Grace Hunter being the final finisher after getting multiple punctures in a single race. I have never seen luck that bad before. And at his home race too. This is unfortunate. The non-finishers were Ray Shen, James Barnett, your boy Hun Lam Thi and Charles Hernandez. In the driver's standings, Daf Sanchez leads the way from Guillermo Perez and Daniel Bogdasarov. 1 point behind Bogdasarov is Nicholas Palomino. Then it's Oqui, Charles Hernandez, Nunez Garcia and Sebastian Ocampo from Vita Alves, and your boy, the top 10. Outside of it, you've got Ray Shen and Matthew Hart, with those two being tied on points with your boy. James Barnett currently 13th, with Ryan Burton and Lam Fong in a tie with him. Grace Hunter and Hun Lam Thi tied for 16th from Francis Austin and Jonathan Sims, with Dominic Vanislav's sole point this earlier on the season, not this time out, leaving him in 20th position, with the non-scorers after the first 4 races being Verstio and the reigning Formula E champion Remy LeBeau, who's got luck set to negative this entire season so far. In the constructors' standings, heading into the 5th race in the ChampCar World Series, Hyperdrive Racing lead on 103 points from Chip Ganassi Racing and Manthe Racing. Then it's AJ Foyt Racing from Power Motorsport and Apex GP. Team Forsyth are 7th from Aaron McLaren SP and Andretti Green Racing. Then it's Marlboro Team Penske and Maya Shank Racing. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.
Sparkplug Motorsports thanks you for watching this presentation of the Electric Racing League.